Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're shooting the video and making a podcast with my friend who made just more than 1 million audience on Instagram from absolutely scratch less than a year. So here's today. What's up, man?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. This is like the super special moment for me because, I've created like hundreds of videos on Instagram and TikTok. I have like pretty big, amount of followers. And then, so I kind of got used to the camera and to attention, but this experience is like special one because I've never done any like podcast or interview in English.
It's not the same thing.
Not the
it's
same
absolutely
thing.
different. Yeah. So I was trying to make some videos on Instagram or TikTok. This is absolutely different. So I made a lot of podcasts in Russian on my main channel. But so when I just was trying to make the small video for Reels, that was quite difficult for me. So I spent a lot of time. Maybe for the first video, I spent 2 or 3 hours just to shoot 15 seconds video.
Right.
But when I'm shooting a podcast, it's super easy because you just sit on a table and speaking with your friends. So nothing special. But
exactly.
So that's what I like.
I'm gonna try YouTube for the first time too. So
yeah, maybe that's the next step for you.
I like Instagram more. So
just that was before this podcast. was gonna be after. Yeah. So man, now you're very famous Instagram blogger. Kinda. So you told me that every day you're walking around here in Dubai and met somebody who know you.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Because I'm originally from like totally different. I'm from Russia.
Yeah.
So it's like quite far from here. So I've never created any content that was. So the whole story started a year ago. So I created my Instagram account. The username is instacoachmike. You can check it out and follow me. So I created this account like exactly 1 year ago. And within 11 months, I grew it from 0 to over 1 million followers. So yeah, and then this is like a totally different experience for me because before I used to be a creator in my country, in Russia. One day I decided like, why not to try to do the same, like posting on Instagram, but in English. So why not? And then I started
just woke up in the morning and decided just to change everything in your life.
Just for fun. Yeah, really. So, and then I started posting Reels. Within like 2.5 months, first 2.5 months of posting Reels, nothing. So like 100, 200 followers, something like that. And then one of my Reels went viral. It first went viral in India. And I gained like, hundreds of thousands of followers within like days, like literally. And then it just, kept going. And I was like...
How many views there was on the first reel?
The very first reel that went viral was, if I'm not mistaken, like over 1 million.
Yeah,
it was an Insta story idea. I was sharing like
Insta hack, yeah?
Insta hack, yeah. People love it. So I was like, man, that's crazy. So, and then, it just kept going. And then India, United States, England, Germany, Spain. So, I ended up having international global audience. And I'm like, my life just turned upside down. And I'm still, I experienced like so many different cool things. And when I see people recognize me on the street saying like, hey, InstaCoachMike, I know your video.
Instapreneur.
Like, wow, that's really crazy. Yeah. So
yeah, that's crazy. I know this thing. So not in global market, not in Dubai or United States, but in my country. So people usually meet me on the street. So Alex, what's up? Can I get a picture with you? So one day I just want to understand you and feel this thing, the same thing when you met somebody in New York or somewhere. So I think that's cool. Before we go, so I just want to ask you one question because everybody today think about what kind of job I want to have. So do I need to make a social media or I need to go, I don't know, to big, huge company, to corporation, or maybe I would like to open a restaurant. So, and this is kind of scared to make a decision to start the absolutely new thing.
Right.
And so that's kind of comfortable when you start something same.
Right.
Yeah. When you make reels on Instagram in Russian and then start making TikToks or YouTube. But when you just broke up with your previous partners and so just started making
what kind of partners
you're
talking about? I didn't have many.
Yeah, and so and just starting making content in another language. So this is really scary for me. Absolutely the same thing because I'm shooting this podcast and this is absolutely uncomfortable for me because I'm not sure that I'm good speaker in English. So, and what do you feel these days? So how you decided to start this? Because this is absolutely new. You get no information how to do this.
Right.
You have a lot of scares about this. So and you don't have any team of friends who can understand you, who could help you. So
that sounds
yes.
Well, that actually sounds just exactly the way it was.
Yes, I remember
but
this.
It sounds not promising, honestly. But yeah, well, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. So like you said, I was at the point. So 3 years ago, back in Russia, I started my first Instagram account that I grew from 0 to over 200K followers. And 1 year ago, I was at the point where I was like, okay, so I have my team. I have like online business on Instagram. I was selling my digital product courses that were helping people to make money and grow on Instagram too. So I was like, everything is great. Everything is cool. And where am I going to? And once I asked myself like multiple times this question and I didn't find the answer, I was like, I don't like it. Maybe I should come up with something that would, that I can be passionate about again. And it ended up being this idea. So the idea of creating a brand new account, posting content in language that I've spoke basically only in English classes. So, what's your name? My name is Mike. And Instacoach. No, at that time there was no Instacoach. So
there was another website, fake coach.
Exactly. And then so it was really quick decision. And like you said, I broke up. I didn't break up with many partners. I didn't have many at that time.
I have business partner relationships.
I got you, but it's very important to clarify this thing. I left everything that I had, Russian Instagram account, Russian online business, all my partners, all my team, and decided to start from scratch in English. I went to the US. I traveled to the US in order to, kind of see maybe my target audience for the first time. Because, I've never been to the US and I've never traveled much. So I've lived in my country for all my life. So, and the totally new journey began 1 year ago. So I did it. I started posting reels.
You started this before you go to US, yeah? You had 2 months in Russia, and you started this. And so how many audience you had before you go?
Before traveling.
Yeah, before journey.
So like technically I created an account, let's say on February. It was in February. So I created an account in February. And then on March, I went to the US.
So on a one and a half,
2 months, right. And like I said, 2.5 months, I struggled to grow. So when I went to Miami, that was my first destination in the US. I had like really a few followers. But, first days in Miami, I think it was a coincidence. But first days in Miami, I went viral. So one of my videos.
Really? You just came to Miami. The first video
like
got
second
viral?
day or third day.
Cool.
I think it was a coincidence.
There was a sign. There was a sign for you.
Probably. There was a great decision, Mike. Keep going. But I went to Miami and I went viral in India.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a relation, but I think it's just a coincidence. But so it was really good. And then I understood that, okay, cool. So if this video went viral, so basically I didn't have any experience with Reels. At that time in my country, Reels were not available on Instagram. And when I came up with the idea, post in English, I was like, okay, what English-speaking influencers do on Instagram and what's trending in international Instagram? Is there any difference? Like how people create content, sell products and stuff. So I started basically with, I bought some consultations, like one-on-one coaching calls with other creators. They gave me some tips, and the very number one tip was create reels. You need to post reels daily, reels. And I'm like, man, I've never done this. When somebody told me like reels, I imagined these TikToks when people dance and shake their asses and all of that stuff that I've never done before. And I'm like, okay, let's try. And then I did my research and I saw, okay, there are a lot of experts on these platforms.
And another variation, what you can do.
Different types.
Different types
you
of
can
videos.
Experiment a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's try it. So I basically started. I made my research. I understood that, okay, these videos probably might go viral. These are not. So I just experimented a lot. And then I ended up, with one video that went viral. And I was like, okay, let's analyze what worked. So I analyzed it, tried it multiple times in different variations again, and it worked again. So within first 2.5 months, 700 followers. Third month, 200K followers. Fourth
200K.
200K.
Yeah, so that's extremely fast grow, yeah?
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Like 5th month, 400, 6th month, 500,000, and then 11 months, 1 million followers. So the growth is just, it's been insane.
So what was the main tip? Why you grow so fast? So you just shoot a lot, or how that was?
Right. I would suggest that it's not just one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like technically reels. You need to post reels. But if people, like listen to us and they'll go like, make some notes and stuff, and they end up with only like, I should post reels, it won't be enough for them. So I would say that.
But the main mistake, don't post reels. Yeah.
No. Basically, you have to. You don't have to. Yeah, just posting reels.
Yeah.
You need to do something else. So I would suggest first you need to optimize your account, because if you post reels and they're good, people go to your account and you need to convert them into followers. So just traffic is not enough. You need to convert this traffic into followers or paid clients.
Yeah, it's all about your page, your text and bio. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So like the way your account looks like.
Yeah.
So if your bio converts, it's cool. Just quick tips. Try to show what's your account about.
Yeah, so you got 1 million less than a year, so you're very beautiful. That's why people love you. Yeah.
Well, I hope that they follow me because of my expertise. So
another tips. So you need to post the reels.
Right.
You need to worry about how your account looks like.
Right.
Yeah, and so something else.
Yeah, you need to optimize your account. You need to pick a niche, optimize your account, start posting reels. Reels like still number one way to grow organically. So ideally is to post them daily. Actually, there is like a unspoken rule: the more you post, the more you grow. Which means that the more you test, the more you post different types of content, you can you're more likely to understand what works for you. Because what worked for me maybe will not work for you or for other people.
It could possibly
it can be something else.
Yeah,
It can be something else. So ideally is just to test, to analyze your audience. I like just analyzing my competitors, analyzing what's trending in the market. So and try to recreate it, adapt to your niche.
How you choose your niche?
Basically my expertise. So for those of our viewers who basically have expertise in any field, let's say they work as an accountant in company. So probably accounting might be his or her niche. If he's a professional boxer, he can post about boxing. So basically, like, what's your expertise?
Yeah,
and you can post about it.
Yeah, you need to find something. You need to find the way how you can translate your ideas, or your expertise through the reels. Yeah,
how you can help people basically. If you're good at this, just do it. Another way, for example, if you're like a student, right, and you don't have much expertise.
First, you need to get this.
you need to get this for sure, but you can get it, in a bit other way. So think about your passions and your what are you most passionate about?
Yeah.
So when I started my first Instagram account like 3 years ago back in Russia,
there was networking.
There was a networking because I was like, and I'm still a fan of meeting new people. Going to different events. At that time, I was really, really shy, so I couldn't imagine me going with micro, sitting in front of another guy talking. It was like very, very out of my comfort zone, and I worked a lot on myself. And I wasn't an expert in networking. I was just showing people this journey, how I showed up, how I met new people, what I did and all that stuff. And people liked it. A lot of people resonated to it and they liked this journey. Basically, and I think it's another hack, people buy from people. When they see really...
When I can see myself in your account,
does it resonate to you or it doesn't? Right. Yeah. And then not showing only expertise, but also like your personality.
Yeah.
So
what I like to eat, how I'm training in the gym, kind of like this. Yeah. So just my basic life.
Yeah, exactly. And then your flaws too, like your not only strong points but weaknesses. So, and I was showing it a lot. I was showing like how I felt in meeting new people and stuff. That's why I think one of the main reasons why a lot of people followed me. And the same with this account. So I was basically not posting only Insta hacks and Insta story ideas and different Insta growth hacks. I was posting a lot of stories, and I have really I would say community. And this community who do know me well as a person, they know all my stories that I'm telling you right now. I mean, how I quit my full-time job 3 years ago in Russia, how I created a brand new account in English, what did it take me to do this transition? So all these details they do know about me, and they trust me a lot. So I think the biggest part of my online business, the success of my online business is because I have really good, loyal community. And that's, I think, another tip is for those of you guys who watch us, and if you want to create a strong personal brand on Instagram or any social media platform, it's super, super important to create like a community who do know you well, not only as an expert, but also as a person, right? So if you can show your behind the scenes, how you created that reel, or what did it take you to basically start the job that you do right now, right? All these stuff that other people can resonate to and relate to. It will boost your engagement. It will boost your.
I think this works with all famous people all around the world. So
sure.
I'm interested in Beckham because he's a genius football player. Yeah,
Right.
But so I know all about his family, about his wife, his children. So because I'm just interested in it, so I know the kind of wine he likes. So actually, I'm following these things. Yeah, and so his personal brand in my mind just connected with this.
Right.
But so he's a
That's a great example.
Yeah.
That's a
So
great example.
kind of Kardashians. So they don't have any expertise. So but they're very famous because of the Kardashians, because
Right.
they show everything in their life. So any conflicts and relationships, and so many things. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's you're talking about.
That's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as you can show something that people might resonate to,
Yeah.
it will boost your engagement. It will boost loyalty of your community for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that people could see the things that they're interested in. So if I have a problem in my relationships, and the
Right.
guy behind the phone also have some problem in the relationship, so he's interested in it. He's trying to decide his problem, and
Yeah,
so
that's a
working
good
how
example.
you do this. Yeah,
And that's exactly like this.
but so this thing doesn't connect it with your expertise. So why people interested in it? So if they follow you because of your Instagram hacks or so
Right.
your social media expertise, why are they interested in it?
just because, like I said, people buy from people. So let's step aside from social media. Let's talk about real life.
Yeah.
For example, you met a guy who's super expert. He's a lawyer, and you need a lawyer right now, right? So,
Yeah.
for example, you're going through something, you need a lawyer. And then you met a guy, he's a good guy, he's a good lawyer. And then you met another guy. He's a lawyer too. And then
Yeah.
you need to choose who you will work with.
Yeah, and you will choose the guy who will resonate with you more. Yeah, so
On a personal level.
Yeah,
For example,
yeah.
the first one, he's passionate about basketball. I love basketball a lot. I'm a
Another one in tennis. So I love the tennis guy.
So
Yeah.
I'll pick the one who is passionate
Yeah.
about basketball, and you'll pick. But the expertise might be at the same level. I don't know how we can call it, like psychology. I'm not that,
Yeah, but so that's kind of levels, because first of all you choose the expertise. Yeah, so if another
Yeah,
guy
for sure.
don't have enough expertise, you will choose another one. But if they're same in this level,
Right.
you just taking another one. So this is the personality. Yeah,
Right. Exactly. So we will you won't follow me because of my passion. I mean, as long as you want a basketball coach, but
Yeah.
you won't follow me because I'm social media coach rather than basketball coach. But still, you won't follow me because I love basketball, right?
Yeah.
You will follow me because I'm a social media expert, and as long as you need it, you will follow me. But once you start watching my content, reels, photo posts, stories, and then on stories you saw that okay, he loves something that I like too.
Yeah.
And that's how these connection starting growing. And then at the end of the day, it can help you a lot, with your business, because if you launch something, for example, on Instagram, either services or products. So for example, I bet a lot of like entrepreneurs and experts will watch this podcast. As long as you have something to sell, ideally, like we said, do not show only how you're badass at what you do. Show also, a part of your personality. You don't have to show your breakups or problems in your relationships as long as you don't want it, but you can show something else. Again, even behind the scenes of your work, you can show something. Again, like how did you start? How did you get to the point where you're at right now? So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 months on my stories. I've been showing what did it take me to gain 1 million followers in detail.
Yeah, step by
the
step.
The first
yeah.
stage, the second, the
Yeah.
third, the fourth. My goals. It's also very important because people, it's
Need to understand where you're going. Yeah,
because otherwise it's getting boring. I mean, I watch this guy over and over again. Okay, he's taking.
I know everything about reels. Yeah,
Yeah,
what do you
like-
have?
Yeah, like your food, your colleagues, all of that stuff. Yeah, it's just boring. But once I know where he's going to, it's like a series, like a TV series. I'm really interested. What's going to be next? What will happen next? Right? Will it be up or down? And that's why basically people, are obsessed with like Netflix and TV shows and all of that. There'll be always ups and downs, and we love these stories. And if you can do the same thing, the same concept on Instagram, you can create really good thing out of this.
So just let's try it. Now you're the huge guy, you're popular, you have a 6-figure income. So just tell me how you feel when you just start this, when you just moved to United States.
Right.
And so how did you feel this? So you didn't make money.
Right.
So as I know, you didn't have a lot of money in your bank account.
I didn't.
So, and what was inside you? So was you scared, or so you didn't worry about this? So
yeah, so the story was like this. So once I traveled to the US and I left everything that I had in Russia, I really faced some problems. I didn't make money because I left everything, right?
Yeah.
And I had a bit of money in my saving account. I was running out of this money because, United States, different prices in comparison to my country. And I didn't make money with my new account. But I already had a few followers, like hundreds of thousands of followers. That's quite a few.
but you didn't monetize them, yeah?
And I struggled to monetize them because for many reasons, like new followers, they didn't know me. There is no loyalty. There is nothing. And there was just the first product that they were skeptical about. But I was I expected a lot. I was almost, at that time, it was June 2021. I was in Seattle.
I remember those calls.
Yeah, I was in Seattle, and then I was at the point where I made my first launch. I launched my first digital product.
How many?
It didn't go well. It was like $5,000.
Yeah.
And a year before, I made my another launch on Russian Instagram account.
More than 200,000, yeah?
It was like 15.
So that's kind of $200,000.
200K.
Yeah.
That was a lot. And then 5,000. And
So you just downgraded to
and I was like
a lot of times.
yeah, I think I did a wrong math. I did something wrong.
Yeah.
So
Did you feel that you need to stop this and restart your Russian, or so you just trust yourself? You just what do you feel?
It was really interesting feeling. I never felt like I should give up and I should quit. Like never really in this situation.
Yeah.
I felt like it's exactly what I need to do, but I need to figure out how to fix it. But unfortunately, the worst part at that time was I really don't know how to do it. I really didn't know how to fix that, how to change it, because I made my launch. I was like, it's everything I know. I mean, I did my launch system, like all this content strategy. Like I was posting stories daily. I was posting carousels, reels, everything I literally learned over the last at that time 2 years.
Yeah, I remember that time I called you, and so you woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning,
right?
And you just started making the content again and again, and then again and again. So
it was stressful.
Yeah.
Stressful. So the peak. I mean, not the peak. It was actually the very bottom.
Yeah, it's not a peak. It's peak from another side.
Yeah, there was I was at the bottom. So I couldn't afford a night in a hotel in Seattle. So I was waiting till 3 a.m. Till PayPal will transfer my money for a consultation that I sold at that day. It was like $300. So it was enough
to get a hotel just for a night.
Yeah. So, and then, so what happened next? I was waking up at 4 a.m. every day basically I was trying to come up with different ideas. How can I fix it? How can I make more money? How can I help more people? Started working out. So I kept posting reels. I grew more. I started showing more expertise on my content. I was like, actually it made sense that I didn't make much money with that launch, because at that point I was really like insta hug guy. That people knew me because I know where to click.
Just a cool, So I just can get some cool things for Instagram, but I can. But they didn't understand that you have some expertise about Instagram promotion,
Yeah, exactly. So it was just a fun content, not expert content. And I changed my strategy, and it started working out. So more people reached me out in DMs saying like, "Hey, Mike, do you have coaching calls?" Of course I do. Of course I do.
I'm not, but I do.
Of course I do. And then I started getting more inquiries, more DMs, more prospects, reaching me out, and then I started helping more people. One-on-one. And that's how my first testimonials appeared. And then I started showing them on stories, and then that's how it started working out. So I really understood that it was a quite not a bit of mistake. It was a certain stage that I went through. I mean, posting fun content and growing a lot. And then, trying to monetize it was really, really difficult. So I think, the lesson that I've learned and the tip that I can give you all guys is that if you want to, if you start from scratch, you should kind of choose what kind of strategy you want to follow. There are different strategies, but if we can, just say what are the major strategies that can help you grow. There is a expert strategy where you post really like expert content and you try to, give people value as much as possible with the very first reel that you post. You will maybe grow not that big as I did, but you will get really, really quality audience because those people who would follow you, they 100% either interested in your topic or just interested in the content, in your tips and the way you give these tips and so on.
So they don't worry about who you are, yeah? They're just interested in your content and your expertise, yeah?
I wouldn't say like, I would say that they primarily are interested.
99%, yeah.
Yeah. They're definitely interested in what you say and, in your niche. So, and my point is, it's easier to monetize this type of audience rather than you post kind of a fun, edutaining content. I would say it's like educational and entertaining. So Insta hack, it's kind of educational. So now I know the cool hack,
how to make this thing,
and it's about Instagram. But at the same time, it's just a fun content, and I don't feel like this guy can help me to get more clients.
Yeah,
from
so
Instagram.
I'm watching your reels, but I never use this, so just fun for me because this is
I bet
interesting.
You saved
so,
it.
and I'm sharing this because that's
exactly.
cool. So did you know that I can do it like this? So no, I didn't. So you see, I never going to use this, but that's cool.
You see, so I was broke because of you, man. So that's the point. And then there is another
the most part of your audience was like me, yeah?
Yeah. That's exactly how it was.
But from India.
Yeah. From India, from Malaysia, from Germany. So I have like India, I think the biggest part of my followers. Then Germany. I have a lot of followers from Germany. Dubai. And then what? And then I forgot.
United States. No.
United States. Yeah. And then Europe. I have a lot of people. Like more than 50% of my followers are from Europe. So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day. So and now I'm at the point where I made my 6-figure launch. So and that point, I think without that point, being kind of really broke and having no money for a hotel at Seattle, made me to change my strategy. And, made me to start posting more quality, more expert content, showing my expertise. And I stopped I stopped this kind of a race for a lot of followers. But, I ended up growing a lot anyway. But yeah, I just started posting more expert content.
Did you have a lot of people who was with you that time? So maybe friends or family, or so no one trusts in things you do. So
I didn't have any team at that time.
Yeah.
I have 8 people working with me. So mostly they help with coming up content creation, like editors, guys who help me with coming up with ideas and stuff, story makers. But at that point, no, I didn't have anyone. So I was
actually, I'm not talking about the team who help you with the work. I mean, about the friends who trust in you and who can help you just like an emotion level, to trust in yourself and start work again every morning. So did you have a lot of people who could help you at that time?
Not really. So basically, so when I was going through that period, being in Seattle, no money and that stuff, nobody understood me. So I was like faced that kind of very weird feeling for the first time in my life. I mean, literally nobody understood me. All of them went like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing? Come back. You had everything. You had everything in your own country." I mean, my parents said it. All my friends, all my business partners, former business partners, everybody told me the same thing. But I had two people. One of them was you, who was supporting me, and at that period it was emotionally hard.
And a gym coach, yeah.
And the second guy was my gym coach,
yeah.
So I had 2 people who supported me. So but it was interesting. But despite the fact that I didn't have much people around me helping me and support me, just emotionally, it was still fine. It was good. It was good kind of experience.
What do you feel right now? So you just made a launch, 6 figures income.
Yep.
So you have a huge audience. you know what you can do with this audience. So what's your next goal?
My next goal is basically keep going. So that's a really good question. I think I haven't formulated it yet, but I would say that I need to settle down in international community. I wouldn't say that I like a real influencer with a lot of followers and a lot of people know me. I would say that, you know, I'm a guy who blew up recently, you know, made good launch, and then that's pretty much it. But I need to keep going. I need to really settle down. So I have to, expand my business, hire more people, create better product. So I think I'm at the very, very first stage. And once I settle down, I would say that, okay, I'm at really good level. My biggest dream, a long-term goal, is to create products. So now I create content and I create courses on how to create content. But at the end of the day, I would love to, create something else. Something
software or something. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's the point. So I've been creating content for the last 3 years. And I think I've been quite successful with it. And now in the point that I want to try something else. Otherwise, it's getting boring, really boring over the time.
So because you repeat the same things every day, yeah?
It seems to me so. But I still try to experiment with my content.
Yeah, I remember your last launch.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You mean that video where I was jumping with
out of the plane, with the first day of launch, yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was a cool experience. But yeah, So yeah, at the end of the day, I would love to create something for a bigger audience. I don't know, maybe a software, maybe the app.
How that works? So you actually don't understand the last point. I mean, you don't understand what's your exactly goal you have, yeah. But you keep going. You're making a content. You're making courses.
Right.
So you're trying to grow up your audience. So you just trying to make some steps and then you will figure out how that works. Or so I'm just trying to understand usually.
What
so
are you
how
doing?
Yeah, how I feel, how I think. So I put a goal and so I'm trying to understand what I need to do to get this.
Right.
And so my steps depends of this goal. So you don't have the right. I don't know exactly the goal you need yet. So and you making a steps. So this kind of different.
Right.
And so that's why a lot of people who just trying to start the online business, for example, or a new hobby or a new job, they couldn't understand
what exactly
they want to have, but they need to do something, and so this is very difficult to do something when you don't that you cannot understand what you will get on a finish line. So how you do this?
I mean, well,
you every day you're like very energetic guy, so you have a lot of energy. You smile a lot. I don't know. You have a lot of time for everything. You go to the gym every day and every morning. So 7 a.m. or what time? Yeah. So you have a team. You work a lot. So what's your motivation?
I think I do have a big picture in my head. I think without a big picture, there is no chance that you can keep this motivation inside you long term. So short term, yeah, but not long term. So, and I do have a big picture. So that big picture is basically creating a product or service for 1 billion people.
It's enough, yeah? So just the huge number and the product, so
for
that's
me,
enough for you, yeah?
It is. So I have no idea how I can do it because I've never done anything by myself apart from videos that a few people watched.
So today you're a blogger or you're an entrepreneur? How you feel?
I think both. So I'm an influencer because I have a lot of followers and I create content that people like, and at the same time I help other people growing their businesses and I sell my products. I think it's like a business. I think both, an entrepreneur and influencer. But like inside me, I would suggest that I'm a more like influencer.
Yeah. I feel that way
like
also.
Yeah.
Because you spend a lot of time so selling your time and making videos by yourself. So not other people. So cool. So that's a really cool. So and tell me, please, what's your big picture? I remember you told me that so you want to have. A huge audience, you want to make a product. So what's something else? You're gonna travel a lot like you do now, or so you want to, I don't know, have an office space and a huge team and a family. What do you want?
So first, product or service for 1 billion people. I think that's it.
Yeah, really.
So that's basically it. And of course, I mean, as a picture, literally like a picture, I see office, a lot of people. We're creating really good stuff for other people, for 1 billion people. But nothing like, mansion, expensive cars, watches. I've never dreamt about it. Like never.
Yeah, so that's all the guy who's in a bit more t-shirt
Gucci
and a Gucci head and a hat.
No, that's actually
that's the main thing on this podcast, man.
That's a lack of knowledge. That's a lack of knowledge and in investment, Phil. So I have no idea where to put my money. So that's why I'm wearing this. But seriously saying, the big picture is like this. So to be able, to get to the point where you're able to create something big for other people. That's why I wake up early. So I go to the gym to keep me, keep myself energetic and, try to learn new stuff. I'm currently preparing myself for GMAT and TOEFL to apply in a year to apply for an MBA and then try to enter, top university in the United States. So this is it's a part of like a long journey that I'm about to follow. So I believe it will get me to my ultimate goal.
That's cool, man. So one more thing, I would like to ask you. So you traveling a lot now. So you was in the United States, then you go to London.
I went to London.
I
was in London.
Yeah,
for
London. Then Dubai. Now you're going to United States again. Yeah,
right.
So you're traveling a lot, and so every time you change the place, change the people around you. How you feel with that? So this is really strange because for me, so usually I have a home.
But you do travel a lot too.
So, but that not kind of this. That is not the same kind of travel because usually I'm traveling for a week or 2 weeks. So just spend a whole day wasting money. So with a restaurant and then go home to make profit again. So you travel for a long time,
right?
Yeah, and so. I can imagine. So every time you move to another place, and so you find a new workplace and other people. So this is interesting for you, or it's just okay for you. So before you lived in Moscow and you didn't travel a lot. So how you feel?
I think it's part of a process.
Yeah, you need this, or so.
I do. So technically, I could stay in my country.
Yeah,
in my resident country in Russia. And, kind of do business from there. Create content, post reels, selling stuff.
But it's not so interesting, yeah?
It's not interesting. And, I do need to, increase my English level.
Get that's better the main thing, yeah?
I think that's one of the main things, right?
Yeah.
And it's impossible to do in Russia.
What's the best way to learn English fast?
Travel.
No, find a girl.
Well, I haven't been successful quite with this, but that's why I travel a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got me.
So you like this? You like to move around the world?
Yeah. Again, maybe I know people who not understand me completely. Other people oh, that's really cool. I would love to travel that much too. So I think I'm a type of person who I don't need a place where I can always get back to, stay for a long period of time, and then I need to travel. I do it like you do, for a few weeks and stuff, and go back. I don't need it. I don't feel like it's my thing.
And when you start, you actually didn't have the same English level, as you have now.
I didn't.
So.
I didn't.
How you
just posting a lot of reels and stories.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. So you post a lot of reels, you make an audience, you sell the products, you learn English. So all of these benefits.
Well, yeah, but now I pay much more taxes.
Do you like what you do?
I do. For
So
sure.
And I remember you told me then you made this thing in Russia, absolutely same things. You just you make your not reels, so posts and stories,
right.
And you didn't like this. What have changed? So you're making the same things, and you sell the products as you sell in Russia.
Right.
But what the main
difference?
Yeah, what the difference? What the main?
I have a big picture now in my head.
I
know
really?
exactly where I'm going.
Yeah.
To. And this stage is just a part of a process. At that time, it was me trying to reach a new level. I mean, making more money, buying a new T-shirt, renting a better apartment, and all of that stuff. And it was fun. It was really interesting. I won't say when, I went to a Gucci shop and then I bought this hat, I was like, oh, I feel so bad. No, it was really cool. So, but it was just it was a certain stage that I had to probably, live through. And, when I was like, try this, try that, I was like, okay, but where we're going now? And once I really struggled to answer that question, I realized I need something else. And luckily I came up with the idea to do pretty much the same, but in English.
Yeah.
And once I started doing this, I won't say that, I got this big picture right away.
Yeah, I think that you can get it when you do. So you need to make a first step to understand how to make a second step. Yeah.
I did take this first step, and I wouldn't say that I realized, okay, I need a product for 1 billion people. No, it wasn't like that. I think it was like, to be honest, it was in Seattle. At that time where, I had debts, I didn't have much, I didn't have anything.
You had a homeless friends there.
No, I didn't, but I was literally a step away from it.
Just one small step.
Yeah. And then literally took a step right. And then I was waking up at 6 a.m. and I was like, man, so why am I waking up? What are you about to do? This is just exactly the same shit that you were doing in your country for 2 years. And that's how I pushed myself to figure out where I would like to go. I mean, where I would like to be at 50, at 60. I don't remember exactly how I came up with the idea that I need a product for a lot of people and stuff. But I think it's something that was already in my head. I just need that moment to kind of unleash these potential in myself. I don't know. So
you feel that now that you use all of your potential? Yeah.
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Just a part. Yeah. Just a part.
Not even. No, I don't think so. I mean, I want to create a product for 1 billion people, and now I'm an Instagram influencer.
But you feel that you're on the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. That's for sure. That's why I feel this energy and motivation to do something.
So, tell me what helps you to stay kind of energetic every day. So you told me about the sports, so just a part.
Sports for sure.
Yeah,
I think it's at least half a
really the sports. So you train every day.
Every 2 days I go to the gym.
Yeah,
I go to the gym, and then it's really helpful. I go to the gym. What else? What keep me energetic?
So I was asking, but now I think that for me, I'm energetic when I absolutely understand what I do now and the reason I do this thing now. So because like this now, I'm shooting my first podcast in English, so that's kind of difficult for me. But this is really interesting for me, and I understand if I do this and I do one more time, I'll get an audience. So I can get some friends all over the world. So I'm starting the new way, new journey, and so that's motivate me a lot. And so actually, I don't need to, I understand you now, I don't need to see the finish line.
Yeah.
So I don't need to understand what I will get.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. After 5 or 10 years. So I just want to make step by step. And so, I'll figure out what I need to do tomorrow.
That's cool.
So that makes me energetic. Yeah.
That's a really good point. So ideally, is to take first actions in some. I mean, you need to at least have an interest to it.
Yeah.
So as long as you have an interest, you will figure it out, and then maybe you will end up with a bigger goal, right? Maybe to become #1 YouTuber worldwide. Why not? And then Jake Paul will wave, saying like,
"See ya, man. See ya, you're next. That's your place." Yeah, I was watching him just yesterday because he's a huge guy also. So he made some mistakes, but so he's a huge.
He's gonna learn.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a young man also, so that's kind of so everybody makes a mistake, but he's a cool and so. Actually, I don't understand the way how I need to do this, but that's really, really interesting for me. And the reason why I just was sitting a couple of weeks ago and I understand. So my English sucks, and I don't know how to promote the videos on YouTube, on English YouTube. So how I can get the first 1,000 followers. But I just understood that if I don't try to do this, I will never get this.
No, you're doing good, man. I think what I like about you is that. So we talked about your Instagram account.
Yeah.
So you recently started a new Instagram account in English.
Yeah.
You started posting reels. So I remember us talking about it. I was giving you some tips and stuff. But it took you much less, it seemed to me at least, that it took you much less efforts and time to make a decision, okay, I need a YouTube. So, and it was much easier for you to make this decision and basically to make me and you sit here and doing these podcasts today. So it's really cool.
So actually, I think that it's quite difficult to decide in your head what you need to do and to start something, but it's easier just to start. Yeah, really.
Sure
yeah,
is.
really. Just to start. Just close your eyes and make
And then
first
do it.
step. Yeah.
Just do it.
Do the power. Yeah, and so
It's going to be in preview, huh?
yeah, actually, we're studying about an Instagram, but now I understand.
We ended up-
So I just understand that the Instagram is just the way how you can realize yourself, and so this is just a way. But the main thing you need to decide, well, what do you want to do, and so what kind of goal you have. So what do you want to get in your life? So and actually about myself. So the reason why I'm studying this because I feel something inside that I need to make some more. Yeah, I have some businesses in Russia, so I make money, but I didn't feel absolutely
That it's not enough.
it's not enough. Yeah, I cannot understand what I don't have. So maybe something special, but I just
Dollars.
yeah, some dollars maybe. Yeah. So, but really, so this is just an interest. It's a really cool experience. When we're young, we try a lot of things. So we experiment with everything around us. But so after a couple of years, when we're 20, 25, so
Right.
yeah, we stop this and we just every day we're just making our job and then go home and then the job again and go home. This is boring.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's getting boring.
so just recommend something to people who watching us right now, and they, for example, have 5-2 job, and so they thinking about begin something
Right.
new. What's the 1 or 2 or 3 steps which you could recommend to everybody watching us and thinking about it? So what I need to
Do
do?
they want to quit? Do they want to
Yeah,
quit their
so
job?
yeah, I want to quit, but I'm scared and I don't have a plan what I need to do tomorrow if I quit. I don't have enough money. I don't have friends who support
Resonates
me.
a lot.
Yeah, so what I need to do?
Yeah, you just kind of describe all my feelings that I experienced.
Yeah. So I
years
think
ago.
you're the best on it because you just feel this.
I was at the point.
Yes,
I was
absolutely.
at the point for sure. Yeah. So I was at the point. So I had a full-time job for 4 years straight. So I finished my university and I had HR job. I worked as a sales manager in different companies. Yeah. And I felt like I was sick and tired of this job. So I didn't like my boss. I didn't like, what I was doing at that time. I didn't like a lot of things. And then and I didn't know what I can do else, apart from this job. I was like, nobody.
How old you was that time?
I was
20?
no, not really. It was 3 years ago. I'm 26 now. I was
23
years old. So I was, I started waking up early. I started reading books. Oh, that's the very first step that I took. I started reading books, and the very first book that I read was Magical Morning, if I'm not mistaken. Magical Morning.
Yeah, I had this book.
Yeah, and
because I can woke up in the early morning.
I read this book and I started waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
At that point, I still lived with my dad. My dad was sick and tired of me too, waking up at 4 a.m. Going
What
to
the fuck you do, man?
Yeah, in the living room and then just doing some stuff and. So I was, I started waking up at 4 a.m. I felt really energetic, but then, over a week, I was like, okay, so what's next? It's me, 4 a.m.
I have enough time. What I need to do?
I don't feel like I've changed my life. So, and then I started just, coming up with hypotheses. What else I can do in this life? What if I text this guy? What if I ask this guy? What if I go to different events? So I started going to different events. And then I was at the event. It was it was an event where there were a lot of influencers, Russian influencers.
Yeah.
And I met some influencers and, they told me like what they do, what kind of content they create and how much money they make. And I was like, wow, I was really impressed. And I was like, maybe I should create my Instagram account too. So actually I ended up creating Instagram account and started posting there. And my niche was networking. So I was sharing this experience, how I go to events, meet new people, you know, how I get out of my comfort zone.
Showing your journey, yeah?
Yeah, I was starting sharing my journey, and you know, I was doing it apart from other things. I was trying to launch some businesses and so on. But it's very, very important. So I didn't quit my job at that time. I kind of, I signed a contract with myself saying that I would quit a job as long as I make the same amount of money as my salary.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
So there was, you started and then you quit your job, yeah, after you get your money.
So I made my first launch on my first Instagram account, really? And I made my 2 or 3 salaries.
Yeah.
Within a month.
So you understand that's okay.
Yeah, that's good. But honestly, I didn't quit. I didn't quit right away. I was like, man. But you signed a contract. I was like, let's wait. Let's see how maybe. And then my dad kept saying like, let's see. It's not like a business is always like ups and downs.
Yeah.
And then, you know, in 2 months, I made even more money. And I was like, okay.
Your dad an entrepreneur?
No, he's a top manager in real estate. So. Yeah, I've never had any. I don't have entrepreneurs in my.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of difficult because
it's difficult.
Yeah. So my mom didn't understand me when I left quit the university.
Right.
So
did you?
Yeah. After the second course, and so my mom and my granny, they that was terrible actually, man. Because after this, I had 3 or 4 years of every day reminding. So you need to go back to university. Right. You need to go back. 3 or 4 years after my quit the university, I had a business. I had about 20 or 30 employees. Right. So after that, but she still told me that I need to go back.
Well, that's a tough thing, huh?
Yeah. So, but now she understands.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's cool thing you just told that you started to show your journey to audience and grow up your audience. And the thing that I figure out now, that the one thing that I like the international audience and this international podcast, because I'm the zero all over the world. So in Russia, in my country, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm a cool guy. I have a reputation. I have a lot of followers. Everybody knows me. So
right.
And I need to save this reputation. I'm scared to make a mistake.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And so when I make this thing, I know
do you want to have a trip to Seattle?
No.
That's a great school.
No, I'm not. But so I'm not scared about the mistakes. So I just understand that I need to try. Yeah. And if I make a mistake, nothing happens.
Right.
So, and that's a cool thing to try to make something to another world, to another country.
I think you're doing a very good, you're doing it very well, because you do not quit everything. I mean, you do not quit your Russian business. You do not quit your Russian assets.
Yeah.
And at the same time, so you keep them. And at the same time, you experiment with a new direction, with a new business.
Yeah. I could quit when I find the way, exactly the way when I
think that's the best strategy.
Going to do. Yeah.
So you were asking me like what kind of piece of advice I can give to those people who basically are about to quit and find something else in their life. I think that's the best strategy that they can do. So
experiment and then decide what they're gonna do.
Come up with different hypotheses, like literally, like theoretically, what you can do in this life. I mean, and you know what? You always different variants show up at the back of your head. Like you've always kind of I was trying to say no to them because you had a full-time job, you didn't have time.
Yeah, because you're not focusing on this. But if you focus on it,
sit down,
you
take a paper, you take a pencil, a pen, and then you just try to write down anything that you can, like,
without any skepsis. Yeah, so you need to just be open to this. Yeah,
and then come up with any options that you can try, and just step by step, week by week. Try this week. Next week, try something else. So it helped me a lot. So before going to events, I try to do other stuff that didn't work. And then I went to event. I met people. They told me, "Hey, try this." Okay, I tried Instagram. I tried also like different businesses, startups. They didn't work like at all. It was awful. My first startup was it took me half a year to create a website for this startup. So I was really, really bad entrepreneur. I'm still learning.
You're talking about an app, yeah?
No. There was so I had a startup. There was so I used to work as an HR.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So I was at the point where I wanted to prepare myself for a job interview.
It's so kind of tests, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, why there are no companies or apps that help you to do this? Like literally, like if you want to learn English, you book a class with an English teacher online, and then you have a call today. And I was like, it would be cool if I can book a call with HR manager who can, give you some tips and prepare yourself for a job interview. So I did my research. I didn't find anything like that. And I was like, either I'm too smart or too dumb. So I think,
yeah, that's kind of,
yeah. So, and it took me like a lot of time to do it. I ended up not doing it and all this stuff, but so yeah, I think that's the best strategy. Just come up with different options, try them step by step. Do not do really risky steps. Do not take risky steps. Do not quit your job and then you end up being broke with no any options or perspectives.
Yeah. So the quitting job, that's just an only reason that stops you to make something. But actually, you don't need to do this. You can just take an hour a day. So and just trying to make something. So 1 hour a day or half an hour or 15 minutes. So actually you need 15 minutes to make a first reel to shoot this, or maybe text somebody to find a new job or something. Actually, the one thing that just for me, sometimes I can't understand what I want, and I cannot feel myself. And for me, that works really good just to spend the time alone, maybe make a 10,000 steps, go for a walk or listen to music or something like this. Spend couple of 3 days alone just to listen myself, because every time we're listening all other people around us, so friends and parents, I don't know, boyfriend, girlfriend. So, and for me, that's a very good point, just to stay alone for a couple days to feel what I want, to understand. And also, I'm taking the paper and the pen, so I'm trying to figure out what I want, and then just make a plan and go step by step with this plan. So that's how that works. I think that's a good cool thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, the quicker you start, the quicker you figure out where you need to go.
Yeah. So if you don't know what to do, you need just to make a first step. Yeah. Power.
Just do it.
Dude, the power. Yeah. So tell me about people from Russia who didn't believe in you.
This is not the
No.
That's not the perfect time to talk about it.
Not just about a country and the politics. Just what about people? So who was, I just know, they were laughing of you, and so everybody just watching your reels, and so what the fuck you doing?
Right.
So what they do now?
Is that what you're doing at that time, man? After our calls, he's doing bullshit. I'm telling you.
But so I supported you a lot. So, and I trust in you because there was an absolutely new experience, and I like that people make something new.
Right.
Yeah, and so doesn't matter what is this. If you make some new, you get an experience, and then you'll figure out what you need to do with this. So, what people say you now from your country and your friends who didn't believe in you?
Yeah, I would say, you
don't give a fuck, yeah.
I don't. But I wouldn't say that I have I feel bad about it, or I kind of how do you say it? So I really don't care, but I do like that, this thing that I've done so far, it motivates them to repeat it. So now I see a lot of like people from our country trying to do the same, and they already, have some results, which is awesome. So first, there is a quote. First, they laugh at you. Second, they hate you. Third, they respect you.
Yeah.
So I think I'm at the point that those people who kind of laughed at me, they kind of respect me, and now they reach me out asking like for a consultation. How can I do the same and stuff. This is cool. This is really cool. So I like the thing that, I can be a source of motivation for other people.
Yeah, for me as well, man. Actually, so your case, for me, that's a huge motivation, because I was just sitting and thinking, so if Mike just made this, so
I can do it too.
Yeah, I can do something by myself also, maybe not a reel, not a TikTok, maybe a YouTube or something else. So I just can trust that it's possible.
Sure.
So, and that case really helps me.
When you succeed, man, don't forget about me.
Yeah, your agent commission, motivation commission.
10%.
So, just don't forget to pay Elon Musk because he was watching his video when he was Seattle, or Jeff Bezos, or what he was watching. Yeah, they have a commission also. But that is cool, man. So, what are your next step on Instagram? How many audience you want to get?
I had a goal. Like a few months ago, I set a goal, 10 million followers.
Yeah.
10 million followers, I need it. I started experimenting again with a lot of content. I think I changed my direction again in terms of social media strategy. And I started posting much more entertaining content.
Yeah.
So if you saw, like, I started posting videos how I, for example, I was reaching out girls.
I
Asking
saw
their
that.
number, saying, I have 1 million followers. Can I get your number? So I was just really experimenting and trying new stuff that can help me to get to 10 million followers. It didn't work. And then now I feel that this is not the right strategy for me.
Yeah, you didn't feel
I don't feel it's right for me because I have expertise in Instagram monetization, Instagram followers growth. So maybe I can come up with new formats. I think I need to serve my niche and at the same time be creative with videos, the videos that will be about, that kind of topic. So, so my next goal, it's 7 figures launch. And in terms of followers, I don't care. I wouldn't say that. I'm okay even, with less amount of followers, but as long as I make 7 figures.
So you just focus on the money result, not the audience, yeah?
Not really. I'm focusing on my community.
Yeah,
so,
community and product. So if you have a good community and a good product, you will get the result.
For sure.
Bigger result. So it's not about the huge amount of number on your Instagram account. Yeah, that's about these things.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm currently working on my product that I've just recently launched, that 6-figure launch. So, 100% it will be awesome. And then people will have cool results that I can share with other part of my community. And then, with these results, I can try to do 7-figure launch. So I would say that I'm currently focused on creating good product and, just growing my business on Instagram rather than followers.
Yeah, that's cool. So actually, I won't say that you are very flexible in this because you just tried. You understand that it's not your way.
Right.
And you just changed your concept, change your strategy, and just another one. So you're very flexible, as I heard.
Sometimes it might be very, very difficult. So I have a lot of people asking me, like, Mike, should I change my niche, or what should I do with my followers? I mean, they don't grow and stuff. So in my case, it works because I'm still within social media niche. I mean, I still post the same. I still post content about Instagram, but sometimes I can go to reach girls, asking like for their number because I have 1 million followers on Instagram. So it's kind of a related, I don't know. And then, or I can post something like hacks or educational content. It's still about Instagram. But those people who basically on Monday, they post about, about cooking. And then on Tuesday, they post about completely different thing. And on Wednesday, that's not a good thing. So ideally is to stick to your niche. And then, experiment within your niche.
But to stick in your niche, you need to have a passion on it. So you need to love it, I think, because when you don't like what you do, in the first struggle and the first mistake, you will quit. So, but if you like this, if you have a kind of passion inside you,
sure,
you will just go straight and so test again. So make a result. So
for sure. So the very first question that you can ask yourself before going and trying to dominate on Instagram is basically, what do I want? So what kind of results I want to get from Instagram? Because a lot of people, they don't know. They go to me and go like, hey Mike, I want to grow my followers. And
for what reason?
And I go like, this is not a goal. So even if you do want to grow your followers, like you really do, why I need these followers for? And for example, someone says, well, I want to make more money because more followers, more money. And it's not true.
Maybe
it's not necessarily
he wants
the
to
case.
be famous.
I mean, even if he wants money. So for example, he wants to make $1,000 on Instagram and he's a photographer. He charges $100 for his services. So $1,000, $100, it means 10 clients. And I'm like, how many followers you have? He goes like 600 followers. So you need 10 clients and you have 600 followers, and you think that next step that you can take in order to get these 1,000 followers is to increase your followers and post reels daily and so on. No, it's bullshit. So all you need to do is to try to monetize existing amount of followers. So
to engage this in your product.
yeah, so make them engage in your follower, involve in your product, and so on and so on. So there are different monetization strategies. So my point is, the very first step that you need to take, you need to set an ultimate goal. So even a small goal.
Yeah, and you need to trust yourself that this is your real goal, because if it's not, so
yeah, if you
it doesn't work.
For sure. So as long as you at least, have an idea of what you want, cool. Let's, come up with a plan and then go for it. And then pick a niche, optimize your account, start posting reels and all that. But before, super, super important to set out a right goal. Because without a goal, like you said, you will quit right after the first mistake.
You will have no energy to make anything, and so every day you will find the reason to not to do this thing.
Right.
So if you don't have a passion and motivation,
for
that's
sure.
cool, man. So that's look good. Yeah. So man, I think that's a good start for my podcast.
It is.
Really, yeah. Because so I was scared a little that we're gonna make some shit maybe, but I think that was really interesting, and for me as well. So I know you for a long time, but I get a lot of small things that I can use in my life. So I want to do something and I'm not doing this. So I need to just take a paper and pen and so make a plan how I can start with this. So I also I get more motivation to continue what I'm doing. So, and I think for people who will watch us, so that could be very useful and helpful to start with their Instagram growing, or maybe, I don't know, quit the job or change the way they goes. So that's awesome, very cool, man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. So that was a great experience.
Thank
for me
you
too.
so much, man. I really
awesome.
like you.
I wish you all the best with your podcast.
Thank you. So we need to make next year one more podcast. So
right.
And check the results. So
all right. let's do a deal.
Yeah.
Let's do a deal.
Yeah, I think that's a good deal.
So April 14, right?
Yeah.
And
next year,
2023, April 14. Okay.
So, and I will get, I don't know, 100 or maybe more. I don't know how many
100 followers.
100,000 followers on YouTube. Yeah. But I'll do my best to make this. Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks,
so guys,
man.
if you like this podcast, just don't forget to subscribe my new channel. Just like this video and text the comments below if you have any recommendation, or maybe you have any themes when we need to discuss, or maybe you want to see some guests that and so just recommend me, please. I will really appreciate this. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you, man.
Cheers, mate.
See you next time.
See you, man. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.